what's going on to all my Sagittarians out there? So please make sure to get the book on Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com. The links will be in the description box below as usual. If you'd like to contact me for a reading, my email address as well as prices are in the description box below as usual. I'm available. Sorry about that. I'm available to do personal readings today. So let's get into it. What does the Sagittarians have? What do... It didn't take a long time to shuffle up at all. The Seven of Swords, Three of Swords, Page of Rods, Nine of Swords, Three of Cups, the Tower, the Strength, Ten of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, the Devil, Six of Swords, Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Rods, and last but not least, we have the Knight of Rods. So, for the Sagittarians, this is a very interesting spread because you Sagittarians, you've left someone heartbroken that you're not with them anymore, right? They still wish that you were around. They still wish that the two of you can reconcile between your differences and hopefully become a relationship the way that things used to be again. But the Tower represents how a lot of you Sagittarians will never go back to this person and never go back to this relationship because a lot of you Sagittarians are not the same way that you were 2 months ago, a month ago, a year ago, right? So the Strength now in the Ten of Pentacles is about how this person needs to learn to accept that, you know, and maybe they could be calling you, maybe, you know what I mean? I see a lot of reaching out. They could be calling you, texting you, trying to do their best to really reach out to you and get some form of communication with you so that the two of you can get on speaking basis with one another because they really want to see you again. They really want to hang out with you. But I just see how a lot of the Sagittarians saying to yourselves, no, this person has to be okay with this relationship actually ending. The Six of Pentacles, this relationship has run its course, and a lot of you Sagittarians are completely done with this person now. So this Devil, right? The Devil card represents how when the two of you were together, you Sagittarians just envision how everything in hindsight is 20/20 to this person, that the relationship was good, but this person has rose-colored glasses on because things may not have necessarily actually been the real deal with them, right? That's for my thumbnail. Rose-colored glasses on. So the Six of Swords now represents how a lot of you Sagittarians realize that you had to leave. It's a done deal, right? It's a done deal. The Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups represents the blossoming Sagittarius that you are now being, right? Sagittarius represents the stallion or the mare. And in order for Sagittarians, in order to feel good, amazing, rejuvenated, they need space. You can't crowd them. Trust me, I would know. Knowing many Sagittarians myself, brother being a Sagittarian, knowing many and just kind of having a lot of Sagittarius energy I don't know why, but kind of having a lot of Sagittarius energy gravitate towards me ever since I was young, you know, and you observe them and you realize that they need their personal space and just kind of let them hit you up, you know. That's the kind of energy that you Sagittarians have. And this, you know, this person was, when you were with this person made you feel, well, not made you, but this person had you feeling smothered. They didn't necessarily understand or respect boundaries, right? So because of it, a lot of you Sagittarians took this as a big disrespect, as a big no-no, because in order to really be with you, a lot of you, the person who's going to be with the Sagittarius, regardless of who it is, they need that personal space, right? And just kind of let them hit you up, and they'll determine whether or not they want you to hang out with them, right? So the Queen of Pentacles now, the Queen of Pentacles is about how you're going to need a particular kind of partner, or the kind of future partner that you really want in mind is someone with a little bit more of a grounded mentality and a grounded approach. Not necessarily an earth sign per se, it could be, but a person with much more easygoing approach to them, right? That's much more solid, stable with their confidence, stable with their foundation and personality. Queen of Rods, a person who knows who they are and don't necessarily need to be in a codependent or dependent relationship, right? Depending on you, right? You want someone that's a little bit more independent, where you as Sagittarians are gonna go off and do your own thing, and this person's gonna go off and do their own thing. And when the two of y'all come together, the two of y'all are gonna meet together like white on rice, essentially. Two of y'all are gonna be two peas in a pod, get along, and it's gonna be easier going, right? So the thing is that the Knight of Rods represents, you also want someone who's brave, right? For a person to really deal with Sagittarius, you cross watchers out there, Sagittarians don't really particularly like scared people, people who hesitate, as a matter of fact, I have Eros in Sagittarius. If you don't know what Eros is, it's another hidden aspect of the birth chart, which tells you how you fall out of love, basically, how you fall out of love. Venus is long, sustainable relationships, right? How two people are in love. But Eros represents how the two people not necessarily fall. Sometimes you may fall, but Eros represents sometimes how you may fall out of love or choose to go your own separate ways, right? So me having an Eros in Sagittarius represents, just as it is that I was talking about, like that kind of energy that, I understand Sagittarius. There's a lot of disappointments that come with the context of love, not necessarily because of your mentality per se in that sense, but more so in the sense that most people don't even realize that there's 5 different types of, or 5 different modalities of relationships. Like, most people are caught up in the traditionalist relationship of codependency. You understand what I'm saying? But you Sagittarians essentially break the mold, and you want the independent, right, or the dual independent relationship amongst you and the other person, where you want to celebrate each other for your similarities and your differences, and the two of you can go chase go chase after your own purposes separately. And then when the two of you want to come back together and get along with each other. But see, Sagittarius, you have to understand that not too many people on Earth even know that 5 types of relationships exist, nor are people even strong enough to do that. You understand? So let's clarify the Devil card, because I think I made it pretty clear as to what type of mentality and way of life you want your person to be. So to clarify the Devil, you have the 4 of Pentacles, the Judgment, and the 10 of Swords. You had to walk away from this person because you started to wake up and realize that person was really up to no good, and they didn't necessarily have your best interest in mind. Let's clarify the Queen of Pentacles. Let's get into a little bit now of what it is that you do want. Right? Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Okay. You have Four of Swords, Page of Swords, Hermit. Very interesting. Someone, like I said, grounded approach, laid back. Meet you halfway mentally, spiritually. Someone who's not going to take any of your stuff and be straightforward with you. Person who essentially can be mercurial in the sense of much more inquisitive like you are, because Sagittarius is a very inquisitive sign. It's the exact opposite sign of Gemini. And Geminis are naturally curious in certain cases. Let's clarify the Queen of Rods. The Moon, Eight of Wands, Seven of Swords. You want yourself and this person to find out new elements of each other in the dark that the other, or the other one didn't necessarily know. So in other words, the kind of relationship that you want is one of self-discovery and discovery of the other person. Sounds to me like Sagittarius is on the right track. The Eight of Wands and the Seven of Swords represent how a lot of you Sagittarians also wants this person to be very well communicative, as well as you can be with them. The Knight of Rods. Oh yeah, by the way, get hip to my IG as well. I went to the range on my birthday, and you can see all those pictures and much more on my Instagram page. The link is in the description box below. Check that out. We've got some crazy shots. The Knight of Rods. To clarify the Knight of Rods, we have the Tower, Eight of Wands. Excuse me, Tower, Nine of Wands, Ace of Cups. You want someone who is straightforward in their approach, as I said before, and is willing to destroy the relationship if it means they maintain their own sense of self-respect and honor, because that's the kind of person that you want, right? You want that kind of person who is so strong to the point of, if you can't necessarily take it, or if the two of you decide to go your own mutual ways, then the two of you still have a level of respect for each other. The Nine of Wands and the Ace of Cups represents how this is going to be much more difficult to find than it is to actually just think about, because again, Sagittarius, most people are not built for that kind of relationship, because most people only think that there's one type of relationship, which is the traditionalist relationship with the husband and the wife, and they run down to the courthouse and get married, and then they have 2.5 kids. That relationship is a relationship of codependency. So, you trying to find that kind of relationship that you want, it's a very rare one indeed, and it's usually one that's explained in action movies. Wink, wink, hint, hint, like Triple X, The Return of Xander Cage, the third one, or maybe even the first one. Hint, wink, wink, hint, hint. But that's it. That's all I have for you for today. Peace.